My name is Chiarina Chen. I am the curator of No Footsteps Return. When people say horror is a form of fear, I think it's true, but horror is not just fear. Horror is more than fear. Fear made us run, but horror makes us pause. And I think the difference is a switch of tempo. It's a switch of that fast-paced, alerting spectacle to something more subtle, to something more quiet.
Across the show, what binds these works together is a willingness to sit with the uncanny and the discomfort. They show us that the idea of slow horror is not a one-off event, but a rhythm. It moves through the rust, silence, glitch, through breath and absence. In Kosuke Kawahara's sleep paralysis, you can see this tiled surface starts to grow legs, as if caught in the middle of mutation. There's no clear boundary between the body and the ground. Everything just leaks into everything else. In Frank Wang's dripping brushstrokes, he depicts a cosmic tree that resists grounding. Based on his own experience of getting lost and nearly dying in the desert, the painting captures the vertigo of dissolution, that moment when the self unravels and reality slips away. Itziar Barrio brings our attention to the outcasts, the disabled, the imperfect. Made of materials from artist's own clothing, concrete, and data sourced from her collaborator's insulin pump, the robotic sculpture becomes a small monster, carrying bodily residue and traces of every day. In this exhibition room, it inflates and deflates like breath, urging us to pay attention to the nearly imperceptible transformations happening within and around us. Shot on a high-8 tape that recorded analog video onto a cassette, Connor's piece Fainting shows us what it's like to be out of control of your own body and consciousness, and how that could be unsettling, like being transported to some kind of psychic unknown world. Echo Yan's sculpture screen shifts the lens to the ordinary home. Across each panel, you can see that bodies are turning into objects. Limbs contort into chair legs, furniture sprouts skin. The household swallows the figure until it's no longer clear where one ends and where the other begins. In Phoebus Osborne's piece Ursula, we encounter a quieter, just-survived creature, the powerful villain Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Born from a failed electroplating process, the crystallized solvent holds space for the unwanted, the queer, the misfit material. Using layered pigment, Pyykkinen work disturbs our visual certainty. It may look serene and peaceful on the surface, but the more you look at it, especially with the change of angles and light, you get to feel the wavy, unsettling images continuously emerging and disappearing. In Garcia's piece, one can feel the weight of absence. Tree roots overtake an abandoned colonial house. Catholic replantings are laid atop pre-existing indigenous grounds. In a world saturated with breaking news and graphic footages, I really hope No Footsteps Return can be a show that brings us closer to the textures of the lived everyday and to be truly present again.